Hey guys, welcome to I'm Adam Kovic.
And I'm Bruce Greene. Don't forget to clap Monday.
Hey.
We
all have to clap.
That. Come on.
So if you guys spent the weekend getting your ass handed to you by Ghost and Freakish Speedman in the Division recently, it may have not been your fault.
Oh, yes, for once you can scream "fucking hacker" when you die, and you're not just being a whiny asshole.
That's a first. If you were playing on PC, though, that is.
Okay, yeah.
According to a self-professed reverse engineer on Reddit, the Division beta is scarily simple to crack open like a dried-out walnut.
Using the name Division_throwaway, the author writes that everything from ammo count, level XP, dark zone currency, player speed are all client trusted and take time to sync via server time.
Which is to say the game server blankly trusts any info your machine sends to it, meaning you can send it some pretty messed up stuff.
Lawrence, what's this guy talking about?
Pretty much all the important information that has to do with the game, like you guys listed before, ammo count, experience level, dark zone currency, dark bucks or whatever, player speed, which is actually really important. All that stuff can just be spoofed by your machine and sent to the server, and the server's like, sure, that makes sense. Yeah, it's pretty bad. That's a lot of really important information to trust gamers with, and they prove that they can't be trusted time and time again.
Videos are already live on YouTube showing all of these glitches, which isn't the best PR for Ubisoft's unreleased online shooter.
Yeah.
For example, here you can see that even while shooting, the number of the bullets in this clip doesn't really go down.
Okay, that's cool. Manipulating player speed can even sort of make you invisible. By desyncing the player client from the server, the anonymous poster could run ahead of where the server thought they were.
Nice. This means that they could shoot other players without the server accurately displaying their position, in some cases killing them before their player model even appeared on the other side.
So what the hell, Ubisoft? This seems like a huge oversight, right? I mean, Lawrence, is it a huge oversight?
I mean, kind of yes, but it may have been an intentional one. So this is, it gets kind of weird at this point. The original Reddit poster reminds everybody that this is a beta, and that, quote, Massive and Ubisoft can easily fix this upon the release or in a later patch.
Of course, yeah.
Another Reddit poster, KKL, even suggested that it may be a good thing Ubisoft left server-side checks and anti-cheat out of the beta.
Okay.
This person writes, quote, releasing the anti-cheat system now is a bad idea. It gives people time to reverse engineer the current protections.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, they can monitor, now Ubisoft can monitor the current cheats without releasing the anti-cheat. It's like knowing your opponent's hand without revealing your own.
Wow, so they could be actually like really, really smart about this is what they're doing.
Maybe it could just also be manipulated that way. It makes sense, though. This way you could be prepared for the first wave of player hacks before they hit and hopefully make the game launch a little more even.
Yeah, you can file that one under very wishful thinking. Hopefully that's exactly what Ubisoft is doing.
Ubisoft's standing in the corner saying, yeah.
That's what we were doing. Even if that were the case, why wouldn't Ubisoft give us a heads up about that?
Well, if Ubisoft decided to throw out a hacker honeypot, we'd like to think they'd own up to that once all the glitches start to hit.
Yeah, they should get on that soon because gamers are starting to lose faith in the game's integrity. At least they are on the Reddit thread.
Sure, and that represents the entire world. It sounds like several PC gamers are heeding the advice of Sean Guy 1234 in saying, quote, show them that they can't get away with treating you like a bitch.
So this one's tough to call, right, Lawrence?
Yeah, it is entirely possible that the game has a number of engineered server-side checks that just aren't on yet because Ubisoft didn't want to deal with that hassle during a beta.
Yeah.
That's not technically what a beta's for. Anti-cheat is kind of worked out at this point. It's kind of rote. So I could see it being the sort of thing where the server has the protections coded in.
Yeah.
It's just the flip hasn't been switched because they don't want to have to deal with a bunch of like false positives, people complaining that they weren't cheating when the server thought they were. The beta is probably not intended to check that, so they may just not have it on yet.
I guess the question here is, where do you guys fall? Do you feel like you've been smacked up like a biatch, or are you willing to give the game the benefit of the doubt like a good old-fashioned pimp?
I don't think anybody's ever willing to give any game the benefit of the doubt, right?
I am.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
And this is coming from someone who had to buy Xbox Live twice to play it.
So did you enjoy your time with the game?
Yeah, I did, but it's also a beta.
Yeah.
So they can do whatever they want to. People think that betas are the game. They're
not.
tests for the game.
They are tests for the game, and they're usually typically free. So, I mean, if you're playing a free game for a little bit and it's hacked up or there's a problem with it, no big deal. No big deal. It's okay. They're just testing stuff out.
Now you know not to buy it.
Ubisoft's love is that of a pimp's love.
What?
What? A pimp's love is complicated.
How?
Lawrence, you know what he's talking about?
I don't know. I haven't had Adam's past on the streets. I do think that a lot of games launch broken and buggy these days, especially online ones. So probably wasn't the best call for Ubisoft to put this out there without any warning.
Do you think, Lawrence, that this was a honeypot? Do you think that they're pulling strings? We're all puppets for Ubisoft?
Can the episode be over now?
I don't think it was that intentional. I just think it was a question of like bandwidth. I think they were like, okay, we have to have the beta out now. It has to be done. It has to be ready to go.
That's what
And they're like, well, we know the server stuff's going to work, so just leave that out of it for now because we don't want the game to break, or maybe like if the server checks go down and they're required, then nobody can play the beta. So they probably just took that out so it would be a little more stable, knowing that it may open the door to a bunch of hacks and weird shit. But they're like, it's a beta, it's just one weekend, people will deal with it.
Also, no, the episode couldn't be over because it was only 5 minutes and 15 seconds worth of recording when you asked that, and like a whole minute and a half was fuck-ups.
Pete's cheering. Shut up.
We need
What do
it for it to be a little
you
longer.
think?
Here, in order to get you back in the mood so that you feel more
hold it
comfortable
down.
for what you've been doing for the last 2 weeks, let me just give you a couple of beers.
Okay. I'm not an intern.
Yeah,
Joel.
they're not underage.
I'm
drank
going
for like
to
2 weeks.
coconut lotion on you.
It was really bad.
So in Fiji, they have giant beers called Fiji Bitter.
Oh, yeah.
They don't do anything to you.
Okay, so
Wanna hear more about
let me
Fiji?
think of a way to reiterate that. So pretty much everything that's important to do with the game, like we said before,